What's up, everyone? Welcome back to PokeMarketLab. It is that time of the week again. It is time for another midweek market update. And with that, before we get into things here, we are going to announce sticker winners. If you don't know, every midweek market update, we give away a couple stickers with these really cool stickers that say PokeMarketLab. And if you comment below on this video, you'll get a chance to win a sticker on next week's video. So without further ado, the sticker winners for this week are Barb707 and Carb Vibe. Hit me up at PokeMarketLab@gmail.com and we'll get a sticker in the mail at no cost to you. So with that, let's get into it. And we're starting things off going back to Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield's definitely getting some more focus lately, especially in the singles. And this Mew VMAX from Fusion Strike is doing quite well, sitting at right around a $94 market price and a nice 23% return over the last month or so. This is on near mint listings and good volume here and drying up really quickly. Only 30 of these listed on TCG Player. One of the better cards from the Sword and Shield era. I believe Fusion Strike is one of the better sets in the Sword and Shield era. I think it is right up there with Evolving Skies, and we're definitely seeing box prices in singles start to, people are starting to focus now that Evolving Skies is everything Evolving Skies, including singles, is hitting some really high highs. Everyone's looking for that second best thing. And Fusion Strike is definitely, it seems to be the clear and away the second place winner in the Sword and Shield era. I do not, even though booster boxes on the base set are climbing, I just don't consider that a contender for a good set. That's more of a box rarity thing. So. And we're moving on to Crown Zenith, which is finally getting some attention on the box prices here. We're sitting at $72 a box on TCG Player for the regular ETBs. If you don't remember, these were printed multiple times. We still see these come out at about that $50 MSRP periodically, though that is becoming more rare. And we're still seeing quite a few packs come to market cheaply in the Sea and Sky Premium Collection, which seems to have been printed quite well. This was I believe it was exclusive to Sam's Club, still available at Sam's Club, I believe. And this was probably, out of anything in Crown Zenith, I think this was one of the cheapest way to get packs. And this was released fairly recently. So Crown Zenith just keeps getting obliterated with packs entering the market at under, I think, Sea and Sky Premium Collection, if you're getting it at Sam's Club, it's under like $3.50 a pack or even less. And so we just keep getting, product for Crown Zenith hit the market and just it can't get a break. But we're finally seeing ETBs start to rise up a little. These were sitting at that about $50 to $60 price range for a while. So, and they're finally starting to dry up. And we're also seeing some really good results, really good improvements here for some of the Galarian Gallery cards in Crown Zenith. Starting off with the Arceus V-Star here, sitting at a $77 market price. Nice 13% return in the last month. Same thing with the Origin Form Dialga, and we have the Origin Form Palkia as well. Again, both doing really, really good. The Leafeon as well from the Galarian Gallery is up almost 30% in the last month. So we're just really finally starting to get some love here for Crown Zenith. It's always been loved. It's just been so much product coming to market. But we're definitely seeing a shift back towards Sword and Shield on the single side fairly heavily here. I think, one of the reasons is just people are trying to, pick up cards while they're still relatively affordable, while there's still supply in the market. We're definitely starting to see some of that dry up here. Another card from Crown Zenith is one of my favorite, probably my favorite card from Crown Zenith. I'm not huge on the secret rares. I think they're great, especially in person, but this Mewtwo is fantastic. Sitting right at the $92 price point. Nice 65% gain in the last 30 days. Really, really, really nice. Nice volume here. Not too many of these available on TCG Player. Crown Zenith is definitely in the sunset phase here. So if you want Crown Zenith, if you want singles from Crown Zenith or sealed product from Crown Zenith, now would be the time to buy, for sure. Mr. Moonbryon here from Evolving Skies, kind of struggling to hit any new highs here in the last month. His price point's just really high, and we're not seeing a ton listed on TCG Player here. People seem to be purchasing these and holding on to them, which is I guess good for the long-term value of the card, but just really hard to stomach that kind of price on even on a sealed box, never mind a single card. Certainly a beautiful card, but this guy's staying very flat. You can get a lot of other product or singles for $1,400. Greninja from Twilight Masquerade taking a bit of a break too in the last month. Really quite flat. The volume is okay. So people, it's a $300 card. People are still picking it up. This was kind of one of the first. This was the chase card in Scarlet and Violet era that kind of broke out from the rest of the pack here and kind of ran up post-release after Twilight Masquerade and really kind of sparked the bull run in a lot of ways in the Scarlet and Violet era. But just having a hard time kind of gaining any additional traction. I think Searching Sparks and certainly took the wind out of its sails, and then obviously the money's focusing on Prismatic, and again I think we're seeing a lot of that alt art pickup in the Sword and Shield era, so money's starting to just kind of flow and elsewhere right now at the moment. So Blaziken VMAX from Chilling Reign doing pretty well too here, a nice 10% return in the last month. Volume's okay. And then Sylveon, I should put this next to the Moonbreon here. Sylveon doing very well, nice 17% return in the last 30 days, and I think this is definitely a really good art. I actually prefer, out of all the Evolving Skies cards, I actually prefer this Sylveon the best, and I think this is again benefiting from the fact it is a good card. But I think if you're looking at the Moonbreon, you're like, I don't think I can afford $1,400 right now. Maybe this is kind of a second best option, still in the Evolving Skies shadow of the rest of that set. So Charizard V from Brilliant Stars doing well, is great as well. Another 17% return in the last 30 days, holding at that $184 price point. Some decent volume here. Again, starting to see a lot of these alt art cards here in the Sword and Shield era start to dry up. Shining Fates, I believe I heard this week, these went out of stock finally on the Pokemon Center website. If you don't know, Shining Fates was printed very, very heavily, kind of a COVID era demand signal reprint from the Pokemon Company, and it really didn't have a heck of a lot going for it. These boxes are still years later sitting at that $55 price point. There's still a lot available on TCG Player. These do get picked up. There's really good volume here, but it's not. I think it's more age related, and I think this box has just had enough time where maybe the box is becoming collectible because there's really not a ton in the set. So we have this Charizard VMAX, which does have some value in it, and I actually really like this card for a Charizard card. It's sitting at a $100 price point. It's actually going up a little bit here, but there's really nothing else in Shining Fates, even in the Shiny Gallery here. It's literally Charizard VMAX, and it drops off very heavily. There's literally nothing. I mean, subjectively there might be cards you like, but from a value standpoint, there is really nothing there, and that's in contrast to like a Hidden Fates here. ETB is sitting at over $200 each here, drying up heavily. Really not many to go here on TCG Player, and just a much better gallery of cards of both subjective artwork as well as value here. So interesting as well this week, we're seeing ETBs start to pop in from the Sword and Shield era on Target's website, specifically Brilliant Stars and Astral Radiance. And we've seen these pop up quite a bit recently. We saw a bunch pop up during the Black Friday deals here on Target when these were going for like $20 a pop. We had Lost Origin. And I've been racking my brain to think whether this is a restock or this is a reprint. And I think given how much volume we've seen of these come to market, it seems like I just don't know. I don't want to call it a reprint. It could be a lot of these products, again, were probably printed much heavier than most ETBs. The demand signal, the Pokemon Company they're not a scalpel, they're a hammer. So when it comes to print runs, it's hard to stop the brakes on it. It's hard to start it up. It's something you have to plan. It's not something you can really react to and pivot on a moment's notice. So it took them some time to kind of wean off of those large print runs. Some print ones were probably already in the books in terms of print time and print bandwidth before they realized they needed to cut back. So the long and short of it is there are a lot of the Sword and Shield ETBs for a lot of these sets. Brilliant Stars, Lost Origin, Astral Radiance, Brilliant Stars and Astral Radiance personally aren't my favorite sets. So I think, if you're a collector or long-term investor, ETBs for those sets I think you're better off looking elsewhere unless you can get them super cheap. But they're going to take quite a long time to do any kind of appreciation, I think. So. And that's it. That's really it for this week's midweek market update. So really appreciate you're watching, spending some time here with us looking through the market. And again, if you want to put your hat in the ring to try to win a sticker, certainly comment below. And if you think we're doing a good job, feel free to comment, subscribe on the video, and we will see you on the next one.